So that was Sounds of Disclosure there. That has gone up to like pushing number 20 in the UK charts.
In the UK top 20.
That there is a track by Disclosure. It's a South London band coming right out of left field there. Never heard of these guys before. And good job, guys. Really good job.
Well done, guys. Well done. Bringing extra revenue to South London.
Exactly, yeah. It's putting us on the map well and truly there. Yeah, so that was Disclosure with Latch, featuring Sam Smith.
Yeah, that's a bit more like
it's that time of the week again. We have one of my favourite features that we've ever done on this show.
Are you telling me it's time to pay a visit down to Bermondsey to my 90's museum?
Tonight it's museum.
Hey, it's my 90's museum. So last week we were talking about sweets.
Tell new people about the 90's museum if they've not. New listeners, welcome to Electric Sheikh.
Welcome to Electric Sheikh. Welcome to my 90's museum. So here's the story. I own a large museum in Bermondsey, and I've been slowly filling it with artefacts from the decade we commonly refer to as the 90's, right? But we can only have one item for each subject matter, so therefore I have to leave it up to the listeners to decide what that object is going to be. Last week we were talking about sweets. We had a list of 10 different sweets.
Yep.
And the winner, by a landslide, was of course Push Pups.
We gotta push pop.
It was Push Pups, wasn't it?
Yeah, don't push me.
Now, we were talking last week about the dangerous element of Push Pups, which is they used to get quite sharp.
Yes.
Cut your lippy.
I heard they were used as shanks in prisons.
Yeah, I heard that as well. They'd suck them until they were all sharp.
That's
and then
it.
Stab him up, mate. Yeah,
don't do that if you're in prison. If you're listening from prison, welcome to the show. Don't use Push Pops as a shank.
Yeah, don't use Push Pops as a shank. That's very good advice. And they're in fact so dangerous that in the museum I'm going to have it in a glass case with a guard on either side. Who
may the guard be?
One's going to be Zig from Zig and Zag, and the other one's going to be, I don't know, Gabby Roslin.
Excellent. Gabby Roslin. You know what? This just seems to be populated with
Big Breakfast.
People. We should get Paulie Yates in. What's she doing these days?
I don't know. I ain't heard from her in years.
I ain't heard from her ages.
Yeah, so this week we've got a new employee, as of course.
Yep.
Right, his name is Antoine de Cons, the guy from Eurotrash.
I loved him.
Yeah, I imagine you can do quite a good impression of him.
Oh, really? Oh, I can't. Oh, dear me.
Well,
wait, let me do it.
All right.
Wait. You English, as you English say, poopo.
I tell you what, you guys can laugh at this next feature, which is full of titties.
You like the boobies English?
You like the boobies?
As we say in my country. Anyway.
Look at the size of those badongadongs.
I used to love Eurotrash.
I know. I thought you might enjoy the fact that...
It was, obviously, we were of that age where this was our porn.
Yeah, basically, it was porn for us.
Porn. You have to say it like that.
Porn.
Porn.
Sexy porn. And he's going to be our resident Frenchman.
Yes,
Every
brilliant.
museum needs one.
I'd love to knock about with him anyway.
I imagine he's quite a famous movie director in France.
My dad was a follower of him.
A follower?
Yeah.
What, did he have a cult that your dad was?
Oh, he just used to watch Eurotrash when it was on. Every time.
We were all followers.
And he was like, get out of the room! No, he wasn't really.
Come back in 4 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
Enough jokes about.
My dad is listening to
this. That's
show.
true. Hi, Frank. So this week, a little bit more serious than last week. I think a little bit more of a topic which I think it's got legs.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about inventions that changed the world in the 90s.
Whoa, this is a bit highbrow for us.
I was thinking it's quite highbrow, but there's all kinds of there's a lot that we can talk about here.
Cool. Shoot.
So firstly, the internet, invented in 1990 by English bloke called Tim Berners-Lee.
Yes.
Now, did you know when he invented it, right, he didn't sell it, he gifted it to the world.
Yeah, I've heard this, yeah.
He handed it over. He said, here, this is going to change the way we interact with each other.
Yeah.
Just handed it over. Isn't that cool?
That's really cool, and we're using it to good effect now. I mean, I looked at a video of a man kicking a football in his son's face.
Exactly, I know that's exactly what Tim Berners-Lee is. That's why I always say, thanks, Tim, every time
Tim.
I have a hand shandy.
Thanks, Tim, for this. Do you do it whilst?
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. And then have a cry. Right, this has got a bit hand shandy heavy. There's ukulele playing. There was
we must be in the mood.
Let's draw a line under it.
See, I told you it wouldn't be too high, but I knew we could drag it down to our level.
Dragged it down to our level.
Number 2, Viagra.
Was that in the 90s?
1998.
Didn't get big until the 2000s.
It certainly didn't get big till 1998. So yeah, Viagra, 1998. So Hugh Hefner pretty much gives Viagra much props for the fact that he's still rocking and rolling these days. The fact that he married them twins the other day, it's all down to Viagra.
Or is he marrying them all these days still?
I think he is married to 15 blondes.
Well, he's always got one. I used to watch a programme where there was one he was married to and there were the other two.
I reckon you could have a very special episode of Coach Trip with his crew.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. I love Coach Trip anyway.
You see, any producers listening, we're full of good ideas.
Let's get it made.
Yeah, let's get that made. Number 3, DVDs.
Wow.
1995.
Yeah. 95.
Isn't that unbelievable how long ago that was?
What was your first DVD you ever bought?
Oh, that's a tricky question.
Mine was One Night with Hugh Hefner and a load of Viagra.
Do you know what mine was? Mine was Sleepers. Do you remember that
film,
Sleepers?
Yeah, I can imagine that was like one of your first.
A little bit Savile, that film. But
little bit Savile, mate.
Yeah, but it was a good film. That was my first DVD. So David Days, 95, 93. I don't know how much we're going to have to say about this, but the Pentium processor, I was scraping the barrel a little bit at this point. But the Pentium processor obviously changed like computers and that, made it easier for like Google and that to work.
That's it, to look at your special
to look at my Tim Berners-Lee vids.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are my 4 for the 90s Museum. What are we going to put in there? The internet, Viagra, DVDs, or the Pentium processor?
What you need to do, you need to tweet that to 90s Museum.
90s Museum.
People love getting involved with that and telling us what they think should be going on in there.
So tweet it to either at Represent Radio or at Electric Sheikh, hashtag 90s Museum. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Or if you think that there's another invention that I have sadly overlooked, then let us know.
Do tell us. Yeah, we like that. Some people say, what about this? You totally forgot this, man. Yeah, and then we mention it next week and we give you a name check.
Yeah, we give you a little name check and then we disregard it because I didn't think of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've got a little 90s treat for you now. This track, I was listening to it and it features some Montel Jordan music. And also, I think there is a sample of Slick Rick's Child's Play.
Do you know if that was... what year in the 90s that was made? Do you know if it was pre or post Viagra?
It was pre-Viagra.
Pre-Viagra,
yeah.
Bit of a floppy track.
Oh, nice. Well, this is off the Off Records label. They love sending me stuff now, and they're just producing wicked stuff at the moment, so we love playing it. After a massive popular releases on his own Bunny Tiger label, Sharma J presents his Off Recordings debut. It's called Like Nobody Does. It's a bomb of a new disco track, catchy vocals with a massive bass line.
That's it. Oh,
massive bass line.
I hope we can fit it in here.
Completed with a tight groove and a disco hook that will create major dance floor destruction.
Oh, brilliant.
Have a little listen. Keep it locked.
It's the most highly eroticized track description I've ever heard.
I don't need my Viagra right now.
Yeah.
Take it away, guys.